I am going to throw up. Never has a song before made me physically ill, but for the first time, a song has made me physically ill. This song is called Triad. The artist is David Crosby. You may know David Crosby from the group Crosby, Stills and Nash, or Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, or in this case, just Crosby and Nash. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I actually bothered to make this graphic with a cover of the album that the song appears on and these lyrics laid out so that I may go through them with you, so that we may experience together just what it is that has turned me off so much this morning about this song. Now, apparently this song was written or recorded or whatever. Something happened in 1971, and you can see that that album cover has the title Another Stony Evening. Isn't that cute? That's something from the 60s or early 70s. You know, that's related to, like, stony. I think that by saying that, Mr. Crosby is trying to just let you know how incredibly cool he is, and I don't want to disparage Mr. Crosby. Rest in peace. He had a reputation in his life for being a rather ornery gentleman, and the reason I know about this song now is because I was listening to what has now become my very favorite podcast called The History of Rock Music in 500 Songs, and the host was discussing on this episode a song by the band Jefferson Airplane. Not this song, but apparently the band Jefferson Airplane recorded this song before David Crosby had even recorded or released this song, or at least released this song. Now, when I heard these lyrics and heard this song, that made me so sick, and then heard that it was actually released on a Jefferson Airplane record, recorded with their current vocalist at the time, Grace Slick, who is a woman, I was like, well, maybe what I am reacting to about these lyrics, maybe it would be different if I heard a woman singing it. And it was not different. In fact, it just hammered home how awful these lyrics were. By the way, I am at the P again, and as you can see, the kid and Charlie Chaplin are in the frame behind me. Now, I did not notice that the kid has a donut in this picture behind me, which makes a lot of sense considering this is Panera. I was wondering why that picture was there, but I digress. Let me get back to the point. Let's get into this song Triad so you can understand exactly why I am so disgusted by this piece of art that Mr. Crosby has created. Again, not meaning to disparage Mr. Crosby directly. What's the point of that? Let the man rest, but the art lives on, and I must address this. So, the song Triad by David Crosby starts with the lyric, "You want to know how it will be, me and her, or you and me." Well, as we can see, getting right into the heart of the matter, this is a song addressing polyamory, three-way, however you want to call it. I don't disagree with it. I've done all sorts of things in my life. In fact, I've done things in my life that are adjacent to the subject matter of this song, but as the subject matter of this song continues to unfold, it gets further and further away from anything that I would condone or do or accept in the behavior of others. Let's continue. You both sit there with your long, flowing hair. Your eyes are alive, but your minds are still growing. Actually, let me reread that because I don't want to take anything away from Mr. Crosby's rhyme structure. You both sit there with your long hair flowing. Your eyes are alive. Your minds are still growing. Well, your eyes are alive. Your minds are still growing. Well, now Mr. Crosby is asserting on another stony evening that their minds are still growing. Well, as far as I know, your minds are still growing. Now, your mind can still be growing when you're an adult. I totally advocate education throughout a lifetime, but I have a feeling he is talking about young people, saying to me, what can we do now that we both love you? And that is in quotes, meaning he is quoting them directly, apparently, to let us know, the listener, that these two young people with eyes alive and minds still growing are in love with him. Let me put David's picture up on the screen. I created this just to illustrate, and I added that psychedelic background. But this is what Mr. Crosby looked like in 1971. This is the man that these young women with minds still growing, this is what they saw. Let's continue. I love both of you too, and I don't really see why we can't go on as three. Well, now I think we have gotten to the meat of the song, and I use that word begrudgingly because when it comes to, I'm going to put up this picture again, when it comes to this gentleman and meat, I don't want to make that connection. Like I said, this song has sickened me. I am not a vegetarian. I eat meat. But in this case, maybe I should reconsider that. We continue. You are afraid. You're probably embarrassed too. Well, why would they be afraid or embarrassed? Let me put up that picture one more time. Again, this is the man that these two women profess to be in love with, and he professes right here to be in love with them too, and also is aware that they are afraid, and also is aware that they are embarrassed. Why would he think that? Perhaps because he is in the process of completely manipulating and controlling them into getting into a three-way relationship with him, this confessed older gentleman who is in the rock and roll business, and you know how those people can be. Another stony evening. No one has ever, in your sweet short life, child, said such an outrageous thing to you. So, once again, Mr. Crosby has been confessing all along that he pretty much knows that this relationship is wrong because not because it's three people and consenting adults, but you have to be an adult to be a consenting adult. Now, don't you? And I think it has been made clear that maybe these people he's talking to are not as adult as one would want people to be when applying this kind of suggestive talk. Let's continue. Saying, you cannot do that, it breaks all the rules, been sending you out to learn in the schools. I still don't really see why we can't go on as three. Well, David, Mr. Crosby, perhaps you can't see, and that gives me the opportunity to lay some facts on thee. You said that it breaks all the rules, been sending you out to learn in the schools. Well, minds are still growing, learning in schools, sweet short life child. Now, Mr. Crosby, isn't it clear that maybe these women are a little too young for you? Now, again, when I went and listened to this song as released and recorded by Jefferson Airplane with a lead singer who is a woman, Grace Slick, I said to myself, how is a woman condoning this behavior? Maybe when I listen to this song as recorded and released by Grace Slick, I will get some sort of perspective as to what the hell is going on here. And I did not. I did not. And let me put up that picture of David Crosby again. I was sick to my stomach, and I'm sick right now. We're running out of time, so let me just move on here. We love each other. It's plain. If you watch for a while, you'll see. It's just one answer that comes right away to me. Yes, it does. Sisters, lovers, some of you must know about what are brothers, and in time, maybe others. So, now Mr. Crosby is suggesting that maybe some other men might be brought into the situation. As you can probably tell as I'm going to wrap this up, this song is nefarious. This song is wrong. This song does not belong. And I feel like maybe we should try to get Superman to fly around the earth in reverse back to 1971 when this song was written so that Mr. Crosby can lift his hand and pen from the paper that he is writing on in order to relieve all of us music fans from ever. Oh my God, that is right there. What happened just then is the ghost of Mr. Crosby trying to disrupt the message that I am trying to impart to you, which is this song triad should never, ever, ever be part of your consciousness. Consider my words a warning.